What is going on YouTube? Dr. Away here, and this is all about peacekeeping. Ultimate Guide. I'm gonna be trying to break this motherfucker down. I'm really doing this for my alliance so they can actually start progressing faster in the game. And here it is. So I want to make this video as practical as down to earth because a lot of the information that I've been seeing people tell other alliance members, it's like it's not tailored to that person because not everybody is going to have the accessibility that another player have. Especially so, for example, somebody that's a free to play isn't going to have the same type of accessibility as somebody that's right. Have the same accessibility as somebody that's low spending. Same why I have more accessibility to more stuff because I'm a medium spender, and there's still things that are inaccessible to me that are accessible to a whale or a dolphin or anybody that spends more money than me. Boom. But I want to make this video where it's like no matter who you are, you can do what I'm telling you, right? And if I had to recommend you, first and foremost, the most important thing is that you're using Peacekeepers when you're doing the PvE activity, especially if it's an activity that costs action points. 100%, no brainer. Use a Peacekeeper. If you need trying to get more experience, use a Peacekeeper. Simple as that. They should be the primary, and you should be using peacekeeping talents. Simple. Okay, the two most important peacekeepers, in my opinion, especially in an early game, the two most important ones, Lohar and Boudica. Right? Why are they important? Because they pretty much cover, albeit they're not the best. Well, Lohar is the best, I think, for barbs, but Boudica isn't the best for forts. But she can do it, and she can also barb very well at the same time. So you basically essentially have two primary commanders for your barb farming, and one of them can double up as your fort person as well. And I'm not even using Minamoto or Sao or Ethelflad really for forts. I'm using Boudica for forts. Now the other ones are better, in my opinion, especially mine and Ethelflad, but if I want to use they're good at other things, right? So I'm using their talent points into stuff that's not peacekeeping, right? And I'm just using this one, using these other ones because I mean, Boudica is going to be a secondary in general anyway. I don't think she's not a good primary commander. She's a secondary commander, sir. Her talents don't matter. So it's the perfect fit, right? Get that through your head for a second. Okay. So with that being in mind, right? With Lohar, the most important thing with this barbing is the experience. You know, you can always go back and go back and kill. It's annoying, but it can be done. The most important part is the experience. So skill lock your shit, right? So you can get the experience, right? On Lohar, it's relevant, right? Get that experience, that XP. Okay, now for Boudica, I like it because as soon as you unlock this skill, you already get the 20% bonus experience. Then you just level it up and you get extra damage to barbarians. So, with that being said, Boudica is a very low investment, right, to get that experience. All you have to do, I would say, is get the first skill maxed. Take her to 4 stars at that point. That's what I did, right? And then I don't really care where it lands. The extra damage to barbarians is nice, but so is the rage, regeneration, and the healing, and so is the extra damage every once in a while. Like, it's fine. So you can have a 5-1-1-1 Boudica, and literally you just take Blowhard at 3 stars and just roll the dice to see if you can get it on the 5th skill. I mean on that 3rd skill, right? And then there's your barbs, right? Now I don't really put XP tomes into these commanders. I literally got Blowhard at 46 just by barb farming. Got Boudica to 40 primarily through bar farm. And I think I got her to 3. I took her to 10. I think I took her to 10 with XP tomes and then 3 starter. And then from level 10 onward, it was all barb XP. You get the idea, right? Now, what talents would I run? And then, Boudica has the skill tree, right? And then Lohar has the support trees. But it's essentially the same fucking idea, right? The first thing I do, the most important part, is the insight. Boom, because that reduces that AP. So now you can do more barbing per day. Right? I did the calculations with my specific AP. Like it's a night and day difference. Like I think it was a difference between doing like 72 barbs a day to like without the action point recovery to doing like 94 bars per day. Like it's a big difference when you think about how much XP you're missing on. Like 20 barbs times, like I'm getting, like even 3K XP, so that's 60K XP per day. I mean, we're talking about over the life of 100 days of a kingdom, like that. Oh my god, like yo, that's millions of XP you're missing out on. Millions of XP. All right, that's why that's important. Just on the AP, and then right, I go to get the experience. Quick study. I get trophy hunter because, especially in the early game, you get more from trophy hunter than you do from the barbarian itself. It's no fucking joke. You get tons of materials, of resources, right? So I get those, and then I make my way over to rejuvenate. That really helps the fighting effectiveness of Lohar, and then especially on Lohar, it actually gives you a fair bit of march speed here and here. Like that's actually relevant. Now, ignore this bullshit that I did here. I was trying out something. Don't judge me, right? I would actually make my way all the way over to current chant, and then if you have extra points, then fine. Get the extra healing. I don't know how far you can get at 60, but something like that. Okay, so very focused over on this side, right? And that's all it is, right? This is where I'm at. Go get the trophy hunter. Now, I also get. I forgot to say, after you get rejuvenate, the thoroughbreds is nice. You get quite a bit of march speed. Get some march speed here, 6% and 9% march speed here. You become very fast, especially since you're also getting march speed over here. Lohar is actually pretty quick. He's not the fastest, obviously, but relatively quick, right? Relatively good march speed, especially compared to Boudica. So there you go. That's the build. Okay, it's you can literally do the same fucking build for her. Like I get rejuvenate. It's a little different, right? But I still get rejuvenate. Right. The first thing I'm doing is getting the trophy hunter. Get rejuvenate. Go to thoroughbreds, and I fucked up. Right. I didn't get thoroughbreds max, but whatever. Now, if you're running her for forts, you would go over and get this, and then still work your way into the tree. If you're doing forts, if you really were all in on the forts idea, you could just get this and that. Don't get these points, and then like get some points over here. It don't really make a fucking difference. It's not that deep. It's barbarians, right? So like it's not that deep. I don't know how far you can get if you can still get this and then get points over here. You probably can. Boom. Right, you most definitely can. That's a lot of points. Yeah, you'll be able to get it. Okay, so that's the talents, right? We went over the now how do I actually pair them, right? For a while, I just wanted to get like the rejuvenate, so I was actually pairing Lohar and Boudica together, and then I was using the XP books on other commanders. But I don't recommend doing that, especially once you get ever so far. Like I'm getting my peacekeepers to the point where it's like, okay, they can fight well enough. So I like to pair um, the peacekeepers with who I'm trying to level up, kind of. So I just put the XP tomes all on the Sun Tzu. This is my personal strategy, right? And then like I'll because Richard's actually pretty good for barbs, right? I'm not using. I think I'm going to be using South later for barbs as well. So I'm leveling him up as a secondary. Let's see who else. I will run Alpha Flat. I'm trying to get her up, so I also use her for. She's also happens to be good for barbing. I use her as a secondary, but her talents aren't for barbs. Obviously, I'm using her as an actual fighter. Mine is the same thing, and I'll use them as secondaries. I don't actually put XP tomes really on them. It's just the Sun Tzu I really put the XP tomes on for the most part. Okay, and then I'll put a lot at most of my XP went towards my gatherers, right? That's a whole conversation for a different day. Now you have other options, right? I like again, like you can use Belisarius for Barbie. Now, what's noteworthy is that these two guys give you an extra additional experience, right? So they're like premium for Barbie. In the same way, you could theoretically use Ever Flat. It'll take you a while to get her online to get to this point where you would get a substantial amount of XP. 5%, okay, whatever, right? But if I do need a third March, I just use Belisarius, mainly because he's quick. Again, you can do a low investment just the same way you do Boudica, right? Low investment. I just get the first skill max and just take him out. It's the same type of thing that you're doing here. Okay. And I'll probably end up doing something different with my South Side. I'll probably end up doing a speed build where I get like all the max movement speed, but whatever. Uh, Now, another thing is, and I don't think I can show you because my queues are full. But what I like to do is that you don't want your, how am I down here? You don't want your marches. If you have multiple marches, you don't want them to be too fast. So a little trick that I do, and hopefully you guys are doing it too. So like I can actually run full marches for the most part, right? Of one unit type, kind of, almost, right? For cavalry, I 100% can, right? Um, so what I'll do is like, let's say I'm running this and Richard, right? This is an infantry march, but I won't use all my infantry. Infantry is the slowest march, right? What I'll do is I'll come over here and I'll just do like, I don't know, 42,000. That's good enough, right? And then I save a little bit, and then I don't know, I probably won't use the knight. I'll probably use this, right? Boom. I send those guys out. Imagine I send them out, right? And then I have a little bit of the swordsman left, and then I might do Boudica and South Side. I do that a lot. And then, right, if I were to go all night, right, it would Boudica would always be fat. And the idea is that I'm using the other one, the tank, and this one's the one that does the damage. So what I'll do is to slow them down is I'll just do this, boom, and then take away just a little bit of the cavalry, and then I'll throw in a couple of swordsmen, and then like now they're the same speed because there's some swordsmen in there and it's slowing everybody the fuck down because they can't march, right? Boom. Right, it's as easy as that, and then they'll go around the same speed. So now it's easier to like deal with the marches and manage the marches on how you which one you want to attack first. That makes it a whole lot easier, and it's not like you're really missing out on talents or anything like that. Because I mean, all the talents are into barbs, right? Let's talk a little bit about forts. For the now, the AP loss on the forts isn't as substantial, right? So like, there's sometimes I'll just do the 150 AP, but you should all the time. If you're joining a rally, you might just use the person that's going to give you the reduced action points on the fort. It doesn't make sense not to save the 10 AP, especially if you're going to be running forts back to back to back to back. Once you do 14 forts, it's like a fort. You do get a fort free. I mean, I think you do with at least with my AP recovery, I can do like up to like 27 or like 24 forts per day. So I mean, it's relevant. It gives you a couple more forts per day of AP value. Um, so for what it's worth, right? This game is about getting small incremental gains on your opponents, and then over the course of 100 days, 200 days, you accumulate this value over your opponents, right? Rome's not built in a day. No civilization is built in a day unless you're a mega whale spending thousands of dollars, like tens of thousands of dollars, right? You got to be more strategic, way more strategic with how you do things. A couple of pieces of advice: don't get sucked into leveling up too many characters too fast. In fact, I think I probably am doing that right now. I'm trying to get a lot of stuff online. But it's gonna come with time, and it's better just to focus at one at a time. It's better to come out with a really good, solid, beefed out march than some poppycock bullshit that's gonna get you spanked on a battlefield, and now all your troops are in the hospital. You don't want that, right? So you'll notice, like, I care about my city defense because I'm not trying to get my city destroyed. And like the best defense against getting your city attacked is a peace shield. Like at this point of the game, if somebody rallies you, right, I don't have enough troops on my own to actually do anything, right? I have to have help. And then honestly, it's probably better to dodge it anyway, right? Just pop the peace shield. But I still care about my city, and Sun Tzu is a great commander, right? So, I focus on him. And then, right, Ethelflaed, just by nature, me using her for barbs, and she's also a great commander. She's up there. Same thing with Minamoto. So I'm working on basically 2 marches right now, and then some city defense, right? And I think that that's fair for me as a medium spender. 2 marches, right? 1 infantry march, 1 cav march, and then some city defense. So, right, this is the key. So my city defense is just Sun Tzu and Martel, right? So because Martel is a secondary, and I actually won't use him as a primary until like way, way later in the game, quite a bit later. He's gonna always be a secondary right now. I don't actually have to level him up too hard. Once I get him to, I could have done 20 and then got him to 4-star, but yeah, we're gonna get him to level 30, unlock the last skill, and then I'm not gonna really touch Martel, right? So that saves me XP because I'm not continually using Martel over what I need him to be right now. Right. For another reason, like I'm not over leveling these guys. Like once you get them to 37, it's fine. You get everything you want, and then if you want to, you can kind of get the march speed. I did that for one commander, him, because he has inherent additional march speed. I got him up, and I used a little bit more XP on him. But you want to be more frugal with your XP. So like the idea is like I'm using Sun Tzu and Martel as my city defense, and then maybe I'll use Richard Martel. I'm trying to get Richard up there where he's usable. Richard Martel for my infantry march. Maybe Sun Tzu comes out. I don't really want to change his talents though, so that's why the Richard Martel makes more sense. I don't want to change his talent. I can use Sun Tzu as a secondary still, right? I can also do Mina is a primary. So for the same reason, I really don't have to get South past 30, because I just want the skills, right? He's gonna be a secondary right now, so I don't have to get him past that right now. He's going to get past that because I'm just using him for bars. But that's the idea. You want to really be thinking about, okay, who's the primary commander? That's who I'm really trying to level up. And if they're not primary, they're going to be a secondary, and then I can just leave them at level 30, and that'll save me XP. Right? So, for example, even though I'm going to use him for barbing, like the main thing I was using for is a secondary first, I just needed his talent. So I just got him to 30, right? That was the stars. That was the important part, just getting these skills. So that's what I would go for. A little bit of a longer video, but I think I explained, the barbing. And this even goes for the guardians too, right? So the shrine guardians. Let me see if I still got. So right, I'm getting like tons more XP right off of the Guardians are supposed to give you only 7K, and I'm getting 13.6. I'm getting almost double the experience, right? Like that's relevant. I wonder if it shows you under troop buffs the XP gain. Oh no, it doesn't. It shows you the damage to barbarians though. All right, so hopefully it helped. You a master governor, alliance members. Please start using peacekeepers. I don't want to see a fucking 3-1-1-1 Charles Martel at the next primary at the next, what the fuck is it? Altar, fucking shrine. You're a master governor. See you in the next video.